But first up, another major distraction for GOP lawmakers looming to get some legislation passed, and it involves, you guessed it, Russia. Earlier today, the president's oldest son, Donald Trump Jr., released the text of an email chain he had last summer concerning setting up a meeting with a Russian lawyer. The email promised dirt on the Clinton campaign, and the person on the other end of the chain, a Trump friend named Rob Goldstone, wrote, quote, "This is obviously very high-level and sensitive information, but is part of Russia and its government support for Mr. Trump." Oh, no. To which Don replied, quote, "If it's what you say, I love it, especially later in the summer." Today, he also released a statement saying that he released the emails in an effort to be totally transparent. But is there something here? Is this just another political distraction that will go nowhere? Guy Benson joins me. He's the townhall.com political editor, also a Fox News contributor. Welcome back, Guy.
Hello, Kennedy.
So let's discuss this a little bit because it's problematic. The information in the email chain obviously very different than the explanation that Donald Trump Jr. gave yesterday. Is it just the case of Donald Jr. being a bit of a political novice and still making a few missteps in this young administration? Or is this what the left has been clamoring for?
Well, I would say it's probably a little bit closer to the latter, because what we've seen now is a pattern where a number of high-level administration officials have had to revise the public record after previously undisclosed meetings with Russian-related people came to light that they had previously denied. So one of them was Attorney General Jeff Sessions had to do this, Jared Kushner had to do this with the Russian banker, and now this situation with Donald Trump Jr. with, of course, Kushner and Manafort, Paul Manafort, in the room. And, I mean, you talked about those excerpts from the emails. I mean, if the left wanted just black and white evidence of collusion or intent to collude, I don't think they could do much better than an intermediary saying, I've got a Russian government lawyer coming from Moscow to give you information about Hillary Clinton that's bad for her on behalf of the Russian government that supports your dad. And then the response coming from Don Jr. being, great, I love it. Let's set up the meeting in person at Trump Tower. I mean, I'm not going to just close my eyes and plug my ears and say, oh, nothing to see here. No, there is something to see here. 4 pages of emails that Donald Trump Jr., yes, he did release them to the public, A+, but he also did it literally seconds before the New York Times was going to publish it in its entirety. So there you go.
Yeah, it's problematic on a number of levels because you would hope that if something could get your dad into real hot water, who's about to become the leader of the free world and command the largest army the world has ever known with its full nuclear arsenal, that you would want to keep foreign governments from entangling in the campaign process.
Yes, and so there's a few
I mean, you would
things
hope that there would be a line in there like, yeah, this sounds kind of shady. I don't think my dad would be into this.
Yeah, it's like, wait, I'm sorry, who wants to do what? I'm sorry. But in fact, it was like
prank caller.
Full speed ahead. So look, I've heard a few different defenses of this, and some of them are interesting and good. So one of them is it's not necessarily a crime to collude on opposition research with a foreign government, even a hostile foreign government.
Unless Hillary Clinton's doing it, then it's a crime.
Well, here's the thing, though, and that's the point. Which
I actually agree with.
It may not be a crime, and I think that Andrew McCarthy at National Review has written about this. It might not be a crime. Fine. Secondly, the White House is peddling this story from Politico in January where they detailed how the Clinton campaign, and more specifically the DNC with ties to the Clinton campaign, were openly colluding, or not openly, behind closed doors, but were flagrantly colluding with the Ukrainian government to try to damage Donald Trump. So the argument is this is not unprecedented, and when it comes to foreign collusion, the Democrats did it too. Fine. Those are both legitimate arguments. Not illegal. Democrats did it too. The problem is that has not been the argument that the Trump administration and Team Trump has been giving to the American people for the last 6 or 7 months. It has been adamant and consistent. There was no collusion. There is no evidence of collusion. And when you say that over and over again, and then you have these emails that look an awful lot like collusion, your credibility really takes a blow.
Yeah, we will see what happens with this as the defenses come forward and the left becomes rabid. You know, this seems like the
I wonder if they'll overreach. I wonder if they'll overreach. They never do that.
Exactly. I wonder if they'll get hysterical anytime soon. Guy Benson, thank you so much. Great to see you.
Thank you.